coming in today. Today we are here for a liquor license that Mr. Daniel Elder is requesting from the city of Livingston to get his certificate of compliance. Also, this is a time for a public hearing. So any members of the public that would like to speak, as we always do during a public hearing, you will be given 3 minutes to speak. We will ask you to come to the podium, press the button to the microphone, please, and speak to the council. So we've called the meeting to order. Is there anyone here that would like to speak on behalf of the public?
Yes, sir. I'd like to speak.
Yes, just identify your name and step to the podium, push the button. Thank you, John.
My name is John Copeland. I'm here again before this council in opposition to the liquor license for this establishment. And I understand I'm standing here as one voice, and I'm standing here without any clout whatsoever. I'm not a citizen of Livingston. I do not have the ability to vote. Was not able to vote in the referendum for or against, which I would have voted against it. But as a citizen of Oakton County, a lifelong citizen of Oakton County, and as a concerned citizen, and more importantly as a Christian, I have to come before this board and voice my opposition. Nothing personal against Mr. Elder or any of you. It's just what I have to do in my own conscience. The last time I was before this board, I made a statement about the fact of how alcohol has personally affected me. And that's one reason why I'm so in opposition against it. And I know some of you have faced that as well, and I understand that. It's hard for me to understand when people have actually faced the negative aspects of alcohol, how that they can support it, and it bothers me. I understand this referendum that passed the last election. One of the biggest concerns that I have, and since this is a public hearing, going down on public record, I want to say this. I believe that the reason that referendum passed, number one, was the lack of information that was given to the public about the referendum. There was no, other than what was required by law for it to get out in the papers. There was nothing preceding that. I'm not blaming nobody here for that. That's my fault as much as anybody else. Once I found out about it, I should have got it. But one thing that bothers me is, like tonight and the other week, there's nobody else here in opposition, as far as I know. I don't know if anybody else in this room tonight is. And like I said, I'm just one voice. You all don't have to listen to me. And I know this is a done deal. I mean, it's already done. He's going through the legal process, and you all have no power to restrict him from getting the license. I understand that. But I want to stand publicly and for the record to let you know and this county know that I am against the sale of alcohol, any form, fashion. There is nothing, again, there is nothing good that comes out of the sale of alcohol. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Copeland. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Okay, Mr. Meadows, turn the floor over to you, please.
The city of Livingston did pass by referendum the approval for the retail sale of liquor within the municipality, and that's already been passed. And back, I think it was in September of 2018 is when the city first voted on and adopted the model codes from impasse regarding retail package stores. That has, I think, has since been amended. I think it was in January that we had formally amended those. And until I think sometime in April of this year, anyone at is applying for a certificate of compliance from the city, which is a prerequisite to getting the state of Tennessee to issue a license for the retail sale of liquor. They are required to publish a notice in the local paper to give the public notice of their intent to get a certificate of compliance and a retail liquor license from the state of Tennessee. That's the purpose of this hearing, is for Mr. Elder to comply with the statute and give the public an opportunity to show up. However, I think the ordinance that has been passed by the city provides that if he meets all the criteria to obtain a certificate of compliance and a retail liquor license, then I don't think the city has any choice but to grant that. Otherwise, I would imagine that we would be in a chancery suit addressing that. So, unless there's someone from the public that knows of some reason why he's failed to comply with the law in regards to his application, I think the city has no choice but to grant his application.
Thank you, John. City Council? Any discussion from the council?
I'd just like to say, for the record, saying that I have voted against before anything had to do with this. I will continue to do that. I don't have anything against Mr. Daniel Elder whatsoever, and I want you to know that, and I hope you respect that, because I know your family for years, and I respect it. I want to compliment John for standing up. John Copeland, being one person, that's me. I'm just one vote, one person. But I know my conscience can go home at night and lay down and sleep. That's everybody's business if they want to do whatever. But I'm going to vote no continually on whenever it comes up. I'm against it. And I just want the record to show that. And but I do respect John for showing up and just, bringing what he said before the board. And I just want that to be public record.
Thank you, Alderman Dishman. Is there any more discussion with the board? If no discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Alderman Ken Dodson to go forward with the certificate of compliance for Mr. Daniel Elder.
Second.
Second by Alderman Kelly Coleman. Is there any discussion with the board? Yes.
You gonna call David on this, or you gonna have, he calls you and left a message to?
It's calling.
So he can vote?
Yeah, you wanna call it spec?
Mr. Mayor, I just asked a question.
No, you can't right now.
Okay.
This is in the hands of the council, John. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but
That's fine.
this is a discussion with the council.
I have a question while we're waiting for Mr. Meadows.
We're in the middle of the meeting,
John,
we've had a motion and a second,
this-
and about to
does
put
this
you on
require a
speakerphone for a
vote?
roll call vote, if that's okay.
Well,
Hang on just a second.
Because
I don't think it does require a vote, because now in the model ordinance that was passed back in September, it did require that, but I think the amendments that was made to that back in, I think, January this year, basically it says if someone meets the criteria, that the mayor shall sign a certificate of compliance. I don't know that it requires a vote. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't.
Hey, David, I'm gonna put you on speakerphone here, okay?
well, with that said, then.
It said upon receipt of a favorable investigation, a certificate of good moral character will be issued to the applicant, which shall be signed by the mayor or vice mayor. So,
Okay, with that said, has there been any, during the due diligence process or through the APC process, has there been any negative information reported on this proposed liquor store owner, Mr. Daniel Elder?
there's not been any negative report concerning the character of the applicant or any non-compliance with the law, with the exception of having to publish this notice.
Okay, So then we would be in violation of the law. If we take a vote, per se, if the vote were to fail, we could be in violation of the law, right?
Right.
Okay.
And subject to a lawsuit, if I understood Mr. Meadows correctly.
So with that said, can you give us a definitive yes or no? Do we need a vote?
I don't think you need a vote because I think the ordinance that's already exists, that was amended back in January, provides that upon a favorable investigation, that the mayor or vice mayor one will sign the certificate of compliance. And as far as I know, he's complied with the law. He passed the background investigation. The last requirement, impediment to him obtaining that certificate of compliance was publishing in the paper, giving the public an opportunity to show up and state their opposition.
All right, so with that said, I don't want to start a precedent of this body having to make a motion, vote up or down on an individual. If they've passed all of the criteria, the litmus test, crossed all the T's and dotted, we don't need to be in the business of blessing someone with a yes or a no vote if they've followed the law, and the law says the mayor should issue it unless there's been negative information.
I agree. And the purpose of this hearing is just a public hearing that's required by statute,
Right.
which will no longer be required by statute at the end of April, I believe.
And
So,
that's right. Chief Etheridge, did you do a thorough investigation, Mr.
Yes,
Hill?
sir.
And you have any findings?
I found no concerns.
Mayor, based on the information before us and from legal counsel, I withdraw the motion.
And I withdraw the second.
Okay, so based on the information that Mr. Meadows has signed, I will be signing the certificate of compliance, based on, all the TCA codes that has been followed. I'll sign the certificate of compliance for Mr. Daniel Elder, effective immediately. No other business with the council. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made, Ken Dodson, second by Kelly Coleman. Any discussion? All for the motion, let it know, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. We're adjourned.